You're in last year. You've been involved as a stage director for Georgia. This year again, but you have a lot more countries under your belt. Can you tell us a little bit about what your role is in this year's Eurovision?
Yeah, well, this year, do you want me to hold it? Yeah. So this year, I'm involved with 4 acts. It sounds overwhelming, but like, I work as a stage director, and my work is to create the performance with everything. Have a vision, and colors, cameras, movements, outfits, everything. Like, just combine everything and make sure that what you see is what the artist hear. Yeah. So this year, it's in Stockholm, my hometown. So I took the liberty of working with many artists this year and many countries. And I made sure, because 4 is always like, oh my God, you're able to work with 4 different countries? Isn't that big? You're like, yes. But at the end of the day, it's just, you need to like time manage your time to make sure that you can deliver it. And all of the 4 songs and entries were so like strong to me. I kind of right away knew like, this is okay, I have a vision. Okay, I have a vision. So I wasn't stressed about, mixing them together or trying to find a vision. I was kind of clear about it. So yeah.
So last year, a Georgian rehearsal was for a lot of people the talking point of the year, a big improvement of that song. And this year, something similar happened to Armenia. Can you tell us a little bit about your secret? How do you make that? How do you make that works? Even the songs that some people before the contest maybe didn't like so much, and then when they see it on TV, it looks so different.
Thank you for the good comments, and I'm really happy people enjoyed Georgia last year, Nina Sublati, and also Armenia this year. I think the trick is to have a vision. I work really, really hard to get a concept. I mean, I'm even involved in how Nina Sublati's eyes were made. I mean, I'm even involved in how the hair is pushed back, because it makes sense to me if I want to use wind or not. So all those small details needs to come from a bigger perspective. So my trick is that I get a concept and then I hold on to it and make sure that I work with every angle, because every team has their person. They may have their makeup stylist, their own costume designer, but you need to like have the vision in charge and make sure you get everybody's creativity, but you can still like steer them in the right direction. And I believe that the first impression is so important, because that's when we want to wow you guys. Like, that's when we want you to be like, oh my God, what is this? And the song you're talking about, Armenia, this year is really interesting to me, because it's so different when you hear it. It's not the usual song at Eurovision stage, and it has a darkness in it, and I like darkness. I like artistic darkness and the modern and edgy look. That's my preference when I build numbers. And it has something like unexpected in it. So I was really going crazy with this performance. Like, what can I do that will make people go like, what's going on, to keep you on your toes. So I'm happy you liked it.
At the press conference, the Armenians stated that they sort of wrote the song already with staging in mind, keeping in mind when the first minute sounds unusual, but it was written that they want to stage it in a specific way. From what point were you involved in the entire process?
So I think because of our artist, Evita, she was actually composing the song together with the songwriters and writing the lyrics. And I think what they were explaining at the press conference is that they know they did a bold choice, but they wanted to do something music-wise that had a visual part. They wanted to do something that wow you, that is a little bit different, and that's where this long instrument build-up comes from. And for my opinion, in their head, this was like, for them, it was really important to give this to me, to like, this is so important to us, listen to this is different, we want to make something happen. So I heard it, I had a last call meeting with them actually. I heard and I was like, should I take on this performance? I heard the song, I was like, okay, I'm doing this, because the song is so good. Evita is so interesting as an artist. I just felt like I got the song and I had their brief. They wanted to be something extraordinary. Oh, everybody wants that, but they wanted extraordinary, and they really wanted to lift this build up in the music. So that was my brief, and then I just took it from there.
I want to talk to you also about Cyprus for a little bit. We've seen the wolves clips in the performance. This is a part that's not on the stage, right? It's a video clip cut in between the parts. How did you come up with this idea?
The Cyprus performance is really interesting for me in the way that they're a rock band and they're really big and loud and they're like, really rock guys. And then they have a singer that's so different. Like Francois, he's like this like animal. He's like so smooth. He has this eyes that are like intense. And it makes me think of a wolf. I don't know. It's something with him that is like really, his shaved head, he really has a different kind of look. So I wanted to, I don't know, it feels like spiritual. Oh, like the guys are like rock and he's like in the middle, like the center, So I wanted to highlight that. And we talked about different things. And the wolf it's such an interesting animal, but also it has an energy, kind of cool energy. And we're still trying, I must be honest, trying how we're going to find the perfect balance. That's why we have these rehearsals. We're using the clips to cut in to sometimes, and we're trying different angles because we don't want it to be a gimmick. I want to emphasize the song because the song is called Alter Ego, and for me that is like something is living inside of him, and during the chorus it comes out. That's why we're using those inverted frames, like something is inside of him, like something dangerous. We're using a lot of more shadow light in the chorus to make it like he's like evolving. And it's the same thing with the wolf. I want it to be like there for a reason. I want people to get like, what was that flashing? Was that a wolf? So we're still trying stuff, but I'm really happy with it. I think it's turning out great.
How did your communication with with EBU, SVT, the production team go? You present a plan. How did that work for?
So when you work as a stage director, you get the responsibility to deliver the delegation's storyboard and what we want to do visually. So I take over that conversation together with EBU and SVT in this case. And I work towards the creative team to just make sure that we explain our ideas and really like send them in. This is what we want to do. This is our concept. This is what we're fighting for. This is what this song is to us visually. And then they can come back with what they think, if it's possible, can we do this? And of course you should have solutions already to be able to prepare, like we can deliver this, we can do this. So it's really like my job is to first create the vision and introduce it for the artist and the delegation, and then introduce it for the Eurovision team, and then make sure that we have a communication to just, a progress to just like prepare it for the stage.
At Eurovision, it's usual that it's a TV show, it's a TV registration of a concert, so the things that are happening on the stage. Now, in your case with Cyprus, there are only flashes of a video clip. But how do you think? Where do you think there should be a line drawn between to prevent this from becoming a video contest, basically?
Oh my God, that's kind of the best question I ever heard, because people talk about this all the time, and because my work my profession is always to create dramatic and intense performances. I do it for stage and I do it a lot for TV. And if you take Melodifestivalen, for example, that's a competition that I work a lot with, and it's been growing into this amazing performance contest. I mean, people are really putting money, time, and energy to make the best out of the performance. But at some point, you need to realize what you're doing. We're doing a music entertainment show. So, I mean, those two things should be together, but you should always aim for that balance that you don't lose your artist and the song. For me, it's like the Armenian song. I think it like elevated it. I want people, that's why I'm using so like clean colors, because people don't know it. It's a different kind of song, so I want people to get to know it through the visual performance. The same with Georgia, actually. I'm so happy with that performance, even now for the first rehearsal, because it's a song that is like an indie Britpop song. I mean, it's like they're so cool sending this song. I love Georgia for being like pushing the envelope, But the guys are not used to Eurovision. They're used to like hanging and being like twirling his hair, and he's really like, this indie guy. So it's like, okay, people need to get this song. It doesn't have a chorus and a verse. It's like instrumental parts. I need to hook it in colors, so people always go back to the colors and they learn the song. So it's very like pink and purple and bluish, and people are like, oh, that's a rock song's colors? Like, yes, because I think you remember it. It's modern, it's cold colors, instead of going to that warmness and mushy thing that rock can be. And also we're using these this mirror effects, because when I see the guy perform, when I was studying him to do the performance, he was like leaning to the side. He's really like, this indie Britpop guy. So I wanted to do something with that. to just have this psychedelic feeling of everything just like twisting, but in a cool way.